If you're me in the 20s, imagine if you start holding and you just held for 20 years, not including your 401k. Just imagine if you just held for 20 years and you stay consistent this entire time. You bought the dips when the dips came. You took advantage of that and you didn't panic sell and you didn't take any unnecessary risk. You're going to be sitting pretty. Simplifying your investment strategy is the best thing that you can do. There's nothing wrong with buying ETFs and index funds. You want to have, or if you want to do, stocks, okay, cool. I have individual accounts. I mean, I have individual companies, but my individual companies are high quality companies, like an Amazon, like a Nvidia, like a Microsoft. I have a REIT. Oh, it's a real estate REIT. So I want to have about 4 to 6 companies max. So I got about 2 left, and then I'm done, and I'm going straight into, continue going into my ETFs and my index funds. But right now, before I even look at buying more positions in other individual companies, I'm building up VOO because I understand that that tracks 500 companies. So if I have Amazon go down and it tanks, well, guess what? I got 409 other companies that I can rely on. So instead of taking a total loss, I'm taking some of the loss. So now is really the time for you to stay consistent and be disciplined, especially the way the economy is going right now. All you don't have to be perfect. You really don't. You just got to be consistent. You have to be consistent in anything you do in life for you to be good at it, right? So you got to be consistent in anything you do to be good at it. Like I told you earlier, I didn't have the best habits in my 20s, and that's why, I'm not at 100K right now. But with that being said, I can't dwell on that. I got to own that and just improve and learn from it, be a better person from it. And honestly, if you heard me throughout this podcast, it's not when until I turned 25, which is almost 4 years ago, is when I got very serious about my finances. So, whether that's paying off, my credit cards, whether that's paying off my wedding, things like that, my high interest debt, paying those things off has definitely helped me today. And again, it's been a 4 year process, and it's going to continue being a process, and I'm okay with that. It's just taking advantage of when the time comes, man. And when that time comes, just keep it simple. Stick to your plan. Keep it simple. But I understand now that the only person who's going to set me up for the long term, though, is going to be myself. Government's not here to save you. You're probably not going to get thousands of dollars when you have a family member pass, things like that. So the only person who can set you up for success is yourself. So you have to really look yourself in the mirror and identify exactly what you want and identify your goals. And you have to essentially go out and do it. No one's going to do it for you. Now, with that being said, if you are interested to see, well, okay, how does compounding look? There are calculators all over the internet. I have 2 favorite calculators I like to use. I like to use the NerdWallet calculator, and I like to use Dave Ramsey's calculator. It kind of gives you a clear, of course, it's all hypothetical, right? But it kind of gives you a clear idea on how much you'll need to invest monthly. So when I usually do like crunching my numbers to see, where I'm going to be and what I have to put in to get to my goal, I crunch it between 7 to 10%, since on average the S&P will give you on average a 10% return. 7% is being very, very conservative. Like, it's being very, very friendly to my numbers. And since COVID, if you look at the S&P, it's been well over 10%. But we'll just have to continue to see. Use those calculators, crunch the numbers, see what you would have to put in. And mind you, let's just say if it's $500 a month, but if you put $100 in a check and your employer matches that $100, that's $200 a check. So that's $400 right there. So you just got to find $100. You got to find how to get to that other $100 and stay consistent with it. And then when you go to check your accounts, you will start seeing it build and build and build over time. It's just right now, before you hit that 100K, it's going to be a lot slower than normal because, again, 100K is the hardest number to hit because you're really putting in more of your money right now until compounding interest takes over. And then next thing you know, a couple years go by and you are making half of what you go to work and what you do. So, you're making money in your sleep essentially. So that's why it's important to stay consistent. And that's why it's important to hold long term and not get distracted by what's going on. You need to stay locked in. You need to stay focused. Set it to automatic if you got to. If you set it to automatic transfers, it does it for you. And you don't have to even worry about it. But you have to find a way to get invested into the market and have your money grow, especially the way the economy is going right now.